Hello, algebra students. My name is Tim. I'm the math tutor that's going to help you through this activity. This is the Algebra 1, Unit 1 activity, and it's going to be basically on algebra tiles. And if that's where you're supposed to be, then great, you're in the right place. So let's go ahead and get started with the lesson. And again, if you have any questions, if it's still not making sense after this, then that's fine. You could always ask me questions after by emailing me. And my email is ttrigg@ofy.org. Okay, so with that said, let me present my screen to you. And let's get into the lesson. So the first thing, when you open the lesson, you'll click on this right here. And then you want to go to Use Template. So you go to Use Template, which is over here on the right. And it should look like this. So make sure to put your name, your teacher's name there. And then what we're going to, they give you a bunch of links here. The one we're going to use right now is the Algebra Tiles Online. So you go ahead and click on that. And if it did, you see this CPM tiles, click that, and then it'll bring you to this screen right here. Okay. So from here, we're going to look on the tabs on the left, and you could see the second one down. It says Algebra Tiles. Go ahead and click that, and you'll see Algebra Tile. You'll see some things. These are Algebra Tiles. So let's talk about what these Algebra Tiles are. But let's see. What's the next question? What's the first question? Okay, so we got our Algebra Tiles. Okay. So let's talk about these things. How many different sizes are there? Are the sizes the same? Are they related? So let's talk about how to use these algebra tiles. So you can click and drag algebra tiles onto basically this blank white space, and you could just bring over algebra tiles like that. Okay. If you want to make them negative, you just click on them. Click on them and it'll make them negative. And also you can rotate some of them. The x squared doesn't rotate because it's a square. So when you rotate, it's exactly the same. But some of the other ones, if you rotate them, that's slightly different, right? So to rotate, what you do is double click on them and it'll turn them to their side. So only these three kind of rotate. Now you might notice that the length of the x is the same length as the x squared, and I could show that from the top as well. See. Similarly, the y is the same length as the y squared. This x times y, you can see that's length x and y. And this single tile has the same width as the x's and the y's. And again, you can make these negative too. Okay, so that's basically the gist of what's going on here. Now let's look at the question 2. Each size of tile is named for its area. The smallest tile can be called the unit tile, has sides that measure exactly 1 unit. Therefore, the area of the unit tile is 1 by 1, or 1 unit squared. Can you use the unit tile to find the exact area of the other tiles? Explain. So here's the unit tile. It's the smallest one. And can I use this unit tile to figure out the area of this x? Well, let's see. I could put a unit tile there, and maybe I could put another one and another one, but it doesn't fit quite right? You see how the three singles are a little bit bigger than the x, right? So we can't use these singles, these unit tiles, to tell me the exact area of the x. Well, can we use it for the y? Well, not quite. The y is bigger than 3, but not as big as 4 unit tiles. So it's somewhere between 3 and 4 for the y. And the x is somewhere between 2 and 3. But we can't figure out the exact area of this y or this x tile just based on these unit tiles. So that's what they're trying to get you to see. that the x is not the same length as a certain number of units, and the y is not the same length as a certain number of units. Okay? Oh, and by the way, one thing you could do is you can click and drag things over to the side, and it'll delete them as well. Oh, and one more thing, you can create a box like this, click and drag and make a box, and you can select multiple items at the same time. Okay, so lots of cool things you can do. Okay. So what I explained there is what you want to explain here. That the unit tile cannot be used to find the exact area of any of the other tiles. The x length, so I'll put x in quotes, is somewhere between 2 and 3 tiles, units, we'll say. And the y length is somewhere between 3 and 4 units. It says draw a picture of each size of tile below, label the side lengths, and then find the area of each tile. Okay, so they want you to draw a picture of them and find the area of them. Well, they already gave you the area on each of these. You could see them here, right? Like the area of this one is x, the area of this one is x squared, the area of this one is 1, the area of this one is xy. So instead of drawing, can we just like, you're welcome to just take a screenshot or a snip and just copy and paste it. If you want to do it that way, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine by me. You might want to make it a little bit smaller maybe, so it fits better. That looks good. Okay, drawing, yeah, don't bother drawing. So that's, yeah. Use x and y to represent different unknowns. Okay, cool. Now, let's take a look at how to build some things. So for this one, it says 4y minus 3. It says use algebra tiles to build and sketch each expression as a tile figure. Make sure to indicate any negative tiles in your drawing with color or labels. So the first one's 4y minus 3. So we want 4 y's. Let me get rid of these guys. We want 4 y's, so I'm going to put 4 y's together. And then it says minus 3. So we're going to do 3 unit tiles. But since it's minus 3, each of these turn negative. Just like that. So this represents 4y minus 3. And again, you could just take a snip of this or a screenshot and put it onto the activity. Just like that. I want you to try this one, B, on your own. So this one has an x squared minus 3x plus 6. An x squared minus 3 of these x's, minus, because that'll make them negative, and then plus 6 units. So see if you can do that one on your own. All right, and we'll do this one together as well. So this one says 2xy plus x plus 2y. All right, I'll get rid of these. So we had 2 xy's, so these are the xy tiles. Plus x plus 2y, so plus an x and plus 2y. And there you go, just like that. Take a snip, put it there on the next thing. Okay, now for this one, they want you to, let's read it, I guess. I guess we don't really need to read it. So what we need to do is we need to add these two polynomials together. So you see how it says 3x squared minus 2x plus 1? Let's start with that. So we have 3x squared minus 2x plus 1. Get rid of these. 3x squares minus 2x, so we're going to make these negative, and plus 1. And the next one is x squared plus 4x minus 3. X squared plus 4x and minus 3. So these unit tiles will be negative. Now, since we're adding this stuff together, we want to combine them all together. So I'm going to go and put the x squareds all together. So we have actually 4x squares. What about the x's? Well, you see some of these are negative, some of these are positive. So if you have a negative one and a positive one, they actually cancel each other. So these actually will cancel each other, so we can get rid of that. Similarly, there's a positive single unit and a negative single unit. So since these are opposites from each other, those get deleted as well. They get canceled. So what are we left with? Well, we're left with this. So we have, the answer would be 4x squared plus 2x minus 2. So we're going to want to write that there. So 4x squared, and you could just type it in, 4x. And for squared, you could use this little caret here. That means 4x squared. Okay. Then plus 2x and minus 2. Maybe put some spaces here so it's a little bit easier to read. And go ahead and take a snip of this. Use the snipping tool again and copy and paste this to there. Let's try the next one. Next one says 5x plus 4. So we're going to have 5x plus 4. 5 of these x's. And 4 of the unit tiles. So that'll be 5x plus 4. Then minus negative 2x plus 3. So this minus in front of the parentheses, that's actually going to change the sign of both of these. So this minus negative 2x, that's going to become a positive 2x, and then minus 3. So positive 2x minus 3. Positive 2x, and then minus 3. So 3 negative unit tiles. So these are minus 3, so we make those negative. Now again, we talked about these negatives and positives, they cancel each other. So whenever you have a negative and a positive that are the same type of tile, just opposites, those get canceled. We can get rid of that. So we have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 x's plus 1. So our answer will be 7x plus 1. And then make sure to use the snipping tool and put the image here as well. So all of these come with an image that you want to do. See if you could do this one on your own. And again, remember this minus, it's going to change the signs of these in the parentheses. So it'll be like negative 2y squared minus y squared minus y. See if you can figure that out. All right, the next thing is multiplying. So what we're going to do, let's see, what do we want us to do? So we got negative 2x times x minus 3. Oh, we're almost done. So negative 2x and then x minus 3. So what we're going to do, so negative 2x, and then on the top here, we'll do x minus 3. So since it's minus 3, it's like this. So what we're creating is like the outside of a box. And what we need to do is fill in this box. So how do we do that? Well, what would go in this section right here? See how it's an x times a negative x? So what would go here is a negative x squared, because positive times negative is negative. A second one can go here. Then we have a negative times a negative here, so that's going to make it positive right here. So this will be 1 times x, which is 1x. And again, these stay positive because it's a negative times a negative. You see how that fits in there. Similarly, these go down here. Now, what we've got in the box is basically this, right? And this fits perfectly in this box. Now, what is the area of this box? So this would be negative 2x squared plus 6x. Negative 2x squared plus 6x. Okay. Like that. All right, let's try the next one. The next one has y squared minus y divided by y. Okay. Y squared minus y divided by y. So when you're dividing, they're giving you this middle section, and we need to figure out the outsides. So let's get rid of everything, and we're going to start from scratch. So it says y squared minus y. So we have a y squared, and we have a minus y. And then one of the outsides is just a y. One of the outsides is just a y. What's the top? Well, to get this y squared, I would need another y. And to get this section, I would need a unit. Notice how this fits perfectly in there. And that's what you want. But one little small thing, this one will have to be negative, because in that way we could do a negative times positive to get a negative. So our answer is this. They gave us this, and they said divide by this. So our answer is this. So our answer is y minus 1. Y minus 1. So make sure that you also get the snipping tool. All of these problems, you're going to use the snipping tool or draw a picture. I'd prefer if you just got a screenshot instead of making a picture, but you can make a picture if you really want to. Yeah. Okay, last one. It says x squared plus 6x plus 8. So let's get rid of this stuff. X squared plus 6x. How many? Yeah. 6x, 4, 5, 6, plus 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, what our first goal should be, well, actually, before we do that, x minus 2. Let me move all this stuff over. So we have an x and we have a minus 2. X minus 2. And I got that from what we're dividing by. X plus 2. So those will be pluses. Now we need to figure out how to make this box that fits with this side length. So you can see the x squared probably goes right here. 2 of these x's are going to go here. Now remember, double click to rotate them. Okay, that looks pretty good. Then I guess the rest of these would go here along the x squared this way. Hopefully these unit tiles will be able to fill in the rest. Yeah, it looks like we have the perfect amount. So what we've created is a rectangle. created this rectangle using those things. Now we know this side length is x plus 2. They gave us that in the problem. But what's the top part? Well, rotate this. X plus how many? 1, 2, 3, 4. So our answer is this for the division, x plus 4. And we need to put that the answer is x plus 4. Very good. All right, well, that's it. So that one wasn't too bad. I hope that made sense for everyone. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. Again, my email is ttrigg@ofy.org. And I will see you guys next time with the Unit 2 activity. Okay.